Hey there, crafty friends. Welcome and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa Miller. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California, and today I want to make a card using the Adorable Owls stamp set that you can earn for free starting January 5th. Our new mini catalog will start January 5th, and along with that, our celebration brochure starts. So for every $50 or $100 you spend in the mini catalog or our annual catalog, you can earn a free item. And the Adorable Owls is one of those sets. Now, I don't do that many cutesy little animal cards anymore. All the little kids that I know are growing up rather quickly, and they're all in their teens now or adults. But I did want to make a card for my little boyfriend across the street. He just turned 2 years old, and I am going to make him a Valentine's Day card with this set. Now, I did not do a sample. We are just going to kind of wing it, so hopefully it turns out. I have a plan in mind, but plans don't always go as you intend. So I went ahead and I cut out a whole bunch of greenery from the Dainty Delight dies, which you can also get starting January 5th. And I used this larger floral die. And I wasn't sure which color I wanted to use, so I cut out some garden green and some evening evergreen. So once we get to that point, we'll kind of decide what we want to use. We will also be using the Timber 3D embossing folder. I have in my mind, I want to do the background with the embossing folder, and then I am going to cut hearts out for the little owls to peek through. Now, I'm hoping this turns out the way I have it in my mind. I also got a couple sentiments ready. The Hoot Hoot, You're So Cute. And then I did a whole bunch of little hearts. Now, unfortunately, I don't know where this came from. This is a very, very old heart die that I had from when I just first started crafting. So anything that you have in your stash will work. I couldn't even tell you where I got this. I just don't remember. I have it on a magnet sheet with some others, and I'm just not sure. So let's go ahead and do this first. So we're using crumb cake, cherry cobbler. I've got a blushing bride piece here that I'm thinking we may use behind the heart cutouts, or we may just use more of our what is this? Crumb cake. So let's go ahead and get this ready. And I'm just, like I usually do, lining that up on the line in the folder. So I'm going to go ahead and go emboss this. And I wanted to mention, make sure you always run this folded edge of your embossing folder through that way. You don't want to run your folder through the machine sideways because you could damage it. So let me go run that through. So we've got our embossed image on there, and that came out beautiful. So we can put that away for now. And I'm going to add some color to this, just like I did a couple videos ago with our ink pad. So I've got my crumb cake here, and I'm just very, very gently going to add some color on top of those wood grain images. And I started out with 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 here, so we can trim it down, because anytime that you run your ink pad across your paper like that, you get the really dark lines on the edges. So I do want to trim those off after we're done, and just very gently. I don't need a lot of color on here. I just kind of want to accent those lines. So there we've got that. And then I am going to take my heart. So in my mind, I've got this where I'm going to have one heart here and another heart up here, and I'm going to have the little owls peeking through. So we can set this aside for right now. And let's work on our owls. So I'm not going to use the one with the birthday hat. I am going to use the two in the bottom of the stamp set. So let's get these out of here. Oh, that's the one with the hat. And I'm hoping this turns out cute. I know for sure I want to make one for my little neighbor across the street that just turned 2. And if it turns out well, I will also make another one for another little neighbor boy down the street. I think we can stack these like that and stamp them, and then we'll get 4 out of 1 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of paper. And this stamp set does not have dies, so we are going to have to fussy cut this out. And we will be using Memento since we are using our blends. You know, I gathered all my supplies last night, knowing in the back of my mind what I wanted to do. And then this morning I woke up like all panicked. Oh no, what if it doesn't turn out like I have planned? And I've got a little panicked, but we're going to hope for the best. I don't usually just wing it. Usually I have a sample that we do, but I wanted to do a video using these little owls, so we are going to go for it. All right, those look pretty good. Let's flip this over and get 2 more. I think that's probably pretty good right there. We just want to hold that paper down in case we need to ink it up again. I just love my Stamparatus. I use it all the time. And that looks good, but I think one more time. Good. All right, so we can put our Memento away. And I am going to just wipe this off real quick so I can put the Stamparatus away and not get ink all over. And these are red rubber. I love the red rubber stamps. You just seem to get better detail with the red rubber than you do with the photopolymer. There we go. That's good. And I'm just using my Stampin' Mist and a microfiber towel that I always have handy. We can put that aside now. And let's start coloring. So the way I like to do it is I went through my bucket. I have a little bucket that I keep all my Stampin' Blends in. And I chose some browns. And I like to just do a little sample on a piece of scrap paper, and then I can decide which colors I think go best. So actually I'm going to choose this brown, which is our SU 200, and I think actually the one right next to it, which is our bronze. I believe we still have the bronze available. So let's do those for our owl's body. And then I also have some others. I just chose a light blue for his eyes, cherry cobbler for the tie, and then I've got light flirty flamingo for the inside of his ears, and light pumpkin pie for the beak. So I will go ahead and get started. Basic coloring here. I'm really not doing anything too fancy. Okay, so there I've got my two little owls all colored. Now I don't have dies for these, so I am going to have to fussy cut them out. And for those of you that know me, know that fussy cutting is not one of my favorite things to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to put those other two aside and save those to make another card if this one comes out all right. And I think I need a little bit more. Looks like I kind of missed a little spot over here, but these did come together really quickly to color. There we go. So I will not torture you by having you watch that, and I will go ahead and cut these out and be right back. Okay, so I got my little owls all cut out, and they're not perfect. They're actually far from perfect, but I'm not going to worry about it too much because I can take my dark basic black marker here and I can just go around all the way around the image, and it will basically, oops, it looks like I forgot a little area there, but that may be tucked away. When we do this, you can get rid of all the remaining white space on the image, and that just finishes it off. So when you take your marker all the way around, you will never even be able to tell that you may not have done an excellent job. See, that already looks so much better. And I did try to leave a couple of his little wispy hairs up there. So let's just take this marker all the way around, color it in, and you'll never be able to tell. I did forget one little area there. That may get covered up when I put him in the heart, but I will go ahead and cut it out anyways. Like I said, fussy cutting, I'm afraid to cut off his leg. I don't want to cut off his little leg there, but we'll do it. There we go. Now we can color that in, just very gently. We don't want to mess up and color where we shouldn't. And I think that looks pretty good. I think we got everything colored. There we go. Isn't he cute? I just love that. Okay, I am going to go ahead and do the other. It is pretty fussy work, but once you get it done, it just finishes your image off so beautifully. Aren't those cute? They're just adorable. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. We need to trim down our piece of paper here. I want to get those rough edges off, so I'm going to trim it to 4 by 5 1/4. All right, there we go, all trimmed out. And what I did here, when I selected my heart, I have, these really old dies. I just got out the stamp set case and I just kind of figured which size I wanted. And I thought that size was perfect. Excuse me. And in the Stampin' Up! Online store, we do have a heart punch, which is almost identical to this in size. It is just a little bit larger, but I don't have that heart punch, so that's why I'm doing it this way. So I am going to kind of figure out where I want these. I think I want that one there, and then I'll put the other one up here. So I am going to go ahead and cut out my hearts. We've got our hearts all cut out. And I know I want to layer this on a cherry cobbler piece when I put it to my card or put it on my card base. So I've got that there. And then my little owls, we need to decide. I didn't cut this. Let's cut one of these. my little owls, I don't know what color I want behind them. We can do Blushing Bride, or we can do Crumb Cake. I'm just not sure. Oh, I need my heart. I don't know. What do you think? Because we are going to have our owls peek out like that. Definitely not Crumb Cake. It blends in too much. Do we want the Blushing Bride? I don't know. I kind of like the red in the background. I really do. You know what? I think we're going to go with the red. I think we will just leave it a red background. So now we need some dimensionals underneath here. So what I was going to do, and I neglected to do so, so I'll do it right now. I am just going to trim off a whole bunch of edge off of my dimensional packs. There we go. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of strips cut. You know, Stampin' Up! Does carry the foam adhesive in the strips, but I am all out of it. I am all out of it. So let's go ahead and add dimension behind our piece here. I think it might be okay. I don't think it's going to be a total fail. You know, I didn't do a sample, but I think it's going to be okay. I just want dimension behind here. I think that is going to be so cute. And we will place these guys like that. I think that's perfect. So let's put a couple dimensionals behind our owls also. But I think we should, let's attach this first. There we go. Now we can add our owls. You know what? I'm going to have to trim those little feet off. Just like that. This is how I had it pictured in my mind. You know, sometimes when you picture a card in your mind, it does not always come out as planned. So I wanted that to peek out there. Perfect. And then this little guy, I think we will have his wings also peeking out, but I'm going to trim his foot also. It's a little disheartening to see a little foot come off, but I think right there is perfect. So we'll get some dimensionals under him. Just like that. Super cute. Okay, so we're almost there. Like I said earlier, my intention is to give this to my little 2-year-old neighbor for a Valentine's Day card. So I don't want to use dimensionals. I don't want to use any kind of a jewel. I could color some pearls or color some of our hearts, but he's only 2. So I don't want him to pick them off and eat them. You know, little kids put everything in their mouth, and I just don't want anything to possibly end up in his little tummy. They are small. So let's add some hearts. And then I've also got little green foliage that we can add. Should we add some green foliage? Oh, I think that might be nice. That's going to be super nice. Do we like the evening evergreen or the garden green? You know what? I'm not sure. They both look really pretty. I think the garden green is beautiful, but the evening evergreen is nice and dark like the cherry cobbler. Oh my gosh, decisions. I just don't know what to do. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You know what? Let's go with the evening evergreen. No, I'm going to change my mind. Let's use the garden green. I think that's, oh gosh, I just don't know. I like both. Garden green. Let's use the garden green. No, we're going evening evergreen. I like the darkness. Okay, so let's put one over here. I'm just going to trim that just like that. We'll put one branch right there. I think that's good. Let me get my glue. And we'll just put a couple dots. We don't need a whole lot, just to hold those leaves down. I'm just going to put a little dot on each leaf. That way it stays secure. I think just like that would be perfect. We need a block to hold that while we add some more. Let's get a block on there. I think that'll hold that, and then more. Where should we add some more? I do think we need another little branch over here. So that might be cute, just like that. So we'll cut that off. I'm going to trim that one. You can always trim your die cuts. I do that quite often. Let's try to get that a little bit of a cleaner cut. It's hard to get in there. There we go. And we will add this branch over here. Oh, this is coming together really nice. I like these colors. I'm so glad. We'll add that one right there. How did we have that? I think that's good. We do need a little dot right under this branch. Come on, glue. There we go. Too much. And you can always wipe that off with your pokey tool. I cut that a little short, so I think we'll put a little heart up there just to hide that. When we get that far, put our block on there, but first we need to decide where else we should put another branch. Should we do another one down here? I don't think we need the whole thing though. How about if we go, let's use a full one. I think that's good. Let's cut it right there. And this one we will put right there. Perfect. And then we'll have our sentiment there, just like that. Oh, I'm so happy this is looking really cute. And you can actually get this set. You can earn it January 5th. If you do not have a catalog yet, or you do not have a demonstrator, please just send me an email and I can get one out to you. And you can send that email to handmadehugs@gmail.com. Or if you have any questions, and I would love to hear your comments on this card. Do you think we failed or do you think we did good? I think we did pretty good. So I did already white heat emboss my sentiment. Hoot hoot, you're so cute. I think he's just going to love this. I think that's probably pretty good right there. That's nice and set. And then we'll put our sentiment here. That will be perfect. Just going to pull that down so I can make sure that it's semi-straight. I do have a crooked eye. Okay, we've got that on there, and I need my tweezers. So now let's place some of our hearts. I think we'll do that little one up there to cover up my little mistake. Let's put this one here. We've got several different sizes, and like I said, I apologize. I don't even know where I got these hearts from. I just know that, you know, hearts are one of the very first items that you get in your crafty stash when you first start crafting, and that's, you know what, that's where they came from. I do not know what brand they are or anything. We all have crafty items that we started with, and that's what these are. I think that's looking pretty cute. What about you? Please comment. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would appreciate it. I hope everyone has a happy New Year. Today is New Year's Eve. Have a safe New Year's Eve and a happy New Year's Day. How's that? What do you think? Okay, let's go ahead and get these glued down. Let's add that to our card base. Standard A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We can center that. And that is perfect. Oh my gosh, I love this. This thing came out so cute. It's a little bit different than what I had imagined in my mind, but you know what? I am very happy with it. Thank you so much for watching. You can earn this free set, Adorable Owls, starting January 5th. I hope you have a great day. Happy New Year. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.